Hello guys and welcome back to another video. I am Ashley for those of you who are new, and today's video is going to be a story time, and I'm just going to be getting my makeup on. So if you guys are interested, keep watching. So as you guys know, I don't know if some of you know or not, but I was a teen mother growing up, and this story is about my girl's father, but I'm not gonna give his name or anything like that. But crazy. So a little bit about us and our history. I met him back in 2001, and I met him through a childhood friend of mine. He was friends with her boyfriend, so she decided to play matchmaker and hook me up. So I meet him or whatever, and at this time I'm only 15. Y'all, I was kind of fast. I could admit it now. I was kind of fast coming up. So I'm only 15. This guy is 3 years older than me, so he's 18. And yes, you know, I didn't see nothing wrong with the age difference then, but being a mom now, it's a big problem. But anywho, so I meet him. He's, out of school, out of high school. I'm just starting high school. He has a car, he has a job. I'm like, cool. This could be it. This could be cool. So he real, like, he wanted to impress me, and just it was just crazy. But anywho, so the first day we went on, it was to a place called Bennigan's, and we went. And this is my first serious date, so I brought my sister and my friend along that hooked me up with him. Childish, right? So we go out or whatever, had a good time, and we continued to see each other. He was always the type that, wanted to take me out, show me a good time all the time, just all the time, just doing. And, I appreciated it. Because, this is my first serious encounter with a dude. I've had little boyfriends that were like puppy love, and this was puppy love too, but, it was a difference. Like the boyfriends that I had previously, they didn't have no money, they didn't have no job, they was my age, they wasn't working. So, I wasn't used to that. So I'm, like, shoot. That was the thing, when I was in high school, to, have an older dude, coming up to the school, picking you up and bringing you lunch or whatever. But, I didn't see it as being, that terrible then. But I would frown upon it now, if it was happening with my child. So anywho, so we dated a couple years, and I ended up getting pregnant with our first daughter. Now, it seemed like right after I had gotten pregnant, like everything had changed. Like he would not call me as much. We weren't going out as much. It was just us hanging out, at his house more than going out. And I just noticed he started changing, just everything. Like, it was just different. It was different. So as weeks go on, I'm noticing like he's going ghost on me. I don't know where he is. I can't find him. He ain't calling me back. He not answering my calls. So I knew it was something going on, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Never did I think like maybe, he had something else going on with somebody else, because in my mind he was a decent guy. Like I couldn't, see him doing that to me. But he it was I was hearing rumors, and I'm not gonna disclose where I got the information from about what was really going on, but I had heard rumors and I had got information from a certain person. So I decided to ask him about it. And, a man ain't gonna never tell him. He's not gonna tell him himself. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I just, had our daughter. Like, I don't understand what's going on. So I'm still in high school. At this time, I've gotten my driver's license. And I think, I want to say, I had a car and the car was totaled. So I needed a way to get to school. Now, he had a couple of cars at this point. Like, he had a Aurora and a Grand Prix. So I asked him, I said, well, he was telling me, I was asking him beforehand, like, when I get my license, can I, use your car to, get back and forth to school? He like, yeah, sure, when you get your license, I don't care. So as soon as I got my license, asked him about the car. Now keep in mind, this car is going to play a kind of sort of important part in the story. So keep in mind, so he has a Grand Prix. I asked him about it. He said, yeah, I can get it. When I got my license, he made up an excuse saying that, I loaned the car to my cousin, and the cousin is driving it down to Detroit, and this, that. So I'm like, oh, okay, I understand. I was mad about it, but I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. My mom ended up getting me and my sister another car. About maybe a couple months later, she got us another car. So car situation was cool. So at this point in the relationship, it was, he was trying to get back to how, it was first, how it first was, but it just wasn't the same dude. I know the two was being distant and just all of that. So I just didn't feel the same. So anywho, so he started to want to like start going out again. So he decided to take me to the movies. Now, we used to have his movie theater in the Cortland Mall, and it wasn't as big as like the other movie theaters that stood alone. This one was kind of small because it was inside the mall, and it never occurred to me until years later of why he wanted to take me to this low-key movie theater. So, we there. It's me, him, and my child, our child. We are there at the movies, having a good time. So, I want to say in the line, I don't know when these people saw us, but it could have been at the concession stand. It could have been at the part where we were buying tickets, movie tickets. I don't know. But at some point, somebody seen us. So, we go on in the show. Like, I heard a little bit of commotion, but I didn't pay it no mind because, at this point, I'm not looking for anybody to be looking for me. I ain't did nothing to nobody. I'm not with nobody's man. This is my man. This is my, on that. So we go on in the theater, take our seats. We got our snacks, just, sitting there. Movie starts. We sitting there for a good maybe 20 minutes or so. Next thing I know, I hear, for real, such and such. I'm not gonna give his name. We gonna call him Jack. Let's call him Jack. We'll call him Jack. So this thing I know is, for real, Jack. This where we at. This what we doing. I'm sitting there bamboozled, like, I felt like it was a trick, like a trick show. Like, what's that show Ashton Kutcher had? I can't remember, but I'm sitting there appalled, like, what is going on? Like, completely puzzled. So, and the person who is doing all of this is the girl that I guess he had been creeping around with, and I guess her sisters had seen us at the movie theater. So she's in there making a scene inside the movie theater. At this point, I don't know what's going on. I'm embarrassed. So I'm like, you know what? No, just take me home. I don't, what is this? So we get outside. She going ham. She going in. And not to mention, she pulls up in the Pontiac Grand Prix that I asked him, could I use? So this is the cousin, her. So we arguing in the parking lot. Well, I'm not arguing. It's more her going off on him. She never said anything to me. She was going off on him. I never said anything to her. I'm going off on him. Like, get me the heck out of here. Take me and my child home. She was just, it was crazy. So it was just a disaster. I was so embarrassed, man. So we get in the truck. He proceeds to take me home. and he's trying to explain what's going on, how things happen, how they met, and come to find out, she was somebody that he was that went to his church, and they were just, I guess, hanging out, and things got serious, and he had been seeing her for a while. So I was really, really heartbroken behind this. And I believe that the reason why I have trust issues to this day stems from that experience with him, because I wasn't expecting any of that. Any of that at all. And it just really hurt me to the core, because I'm a young girl. I just had your child. I'm only 17. This is my first relationship. Like, it was so many elements to that just really broke me down. And it would affect me from years to come, even after the relationship was over. So it was just really bad. So he's trying to explain it, and I wasn't trying to hear it. Like, I was over it. Like, I was angry. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked and I was angry. But once we pulled up to my house, he was begging and pleading, like, please, we can work it out. I'm sorry. And I'm just like, dude, no. Like, you just like, I was embarrassed. Like, the embarrassment was enough for me. So at that point, I'm like, nah, like, this ain't gonna work out. So I went on in the house, and that was about it. I didn't talk to him for a couple days, and then, like, a couple days later, I called him back to see if he was still, groveling or, sad or anything. And he's just like, you know what? You right. This ain't gonna work. We can just, get along to, raise our daughter and this, that. And at that point, I'm like, my mouth is, what you mean? What do you mean? I, like, you supposed to be the one, but it didn't go that way. So after that, it was on. Like, man, I was a child. With a child, I was upset because I felt like, and you know what, another thing, it was like everything that my mom was saying had come to fruition. Like, she said, like, my biological mom was really harsh. Like, her message was right, but it was just so, like, raw. And I did not want to hear it in that way, how she delivered the message. And she would say, they'll get you and going on to the next. I don't know if any other females have ever heard that, and, from the black community, they'll get you and going on to the next. But that is what played in my mind over and over and over. And it just made me so furious, man. So a couple weeks go by, we had broken up or whatever. I'm trying to, move on with my life and, try to pick up the pieces. I was super duper sad. About it, but I knew, that it was pretty much over, or so I thought. So he would try to, like, entangle me, with him or her, and I didn't know that, that's what it was called, but that's what was going on. So I'm just going for it. Like, shoot, I felt like it was, in my mind, it was a competition between me and her. Like, it was like a personal vendetta that I had against her. After everything had settled, we didn't approach each other during the actual, the actual confrontation at the time. But after that, it was like a competition in my mind. I believe it was a competition for her. Like, me and her playing on each other's phones, just doing the most. Like, I was ready to fight this lady. I was ready to fight. I was so mad. I remember she dropped the location. She said, "Well, I'm over." Oh goodness, this just went on and on for months. Like man, I have to sit down and probably do another story time about about everything that happened. But me and her done had some words and some discrepancies. It was just and all over a man, all over a man. Like I was ready to fight, but I had a lot. I had a lot going on. And you know what? And let me see. I don't think I've ever used this on my channel. This is the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Foundation. I really like this foundation. And today I'm gonna do my makeup how I used to do it, which is foundation and then everything else. But baby, honey, if I had a arch nemesis, it was her at that time. But I thought it was all in the name of love, like it was terrible. I didn't mean to put that all the way up there. But man, oh man. So this little triangle affair will go on for at least a few months until things got really serious. But and me and her was playing on each other's phone. We was cussing each other out. We was making plans to meet up to fight. It had went so far as to me getting my cousins involved. Her sisters got involved. It was a lot. It was a whole lot. I felt like, who is this chick to come and, try to step in on my man? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is you? But I didn't know no better. I was scared, especially being a young mother, and I just felt like I was betrayed, and I was, but it was wild. It was wild times, and my wife, his mother didn't really care for me too much, and I ain't gonna speak on her because she did end up passing away. And but she loved our daughter. She was always there. Like I was trying to finish school, and she was there to to keep her for me while she was still here. But yeah, I don't have some time with that man. We wasn't even together, that long to be going through all of that. It was just me being young minded and just not understanding the situation just at all. But we can all laugh and be friends now, years later, because I took it personal. I don't have anything against them now. I don't anything that has went down, between him and myself, and anything that's went down with me and her, like it's so far removed from me. I just chop it up as just being young and dumb. So, oh, but he ended up marrying her. He did. Which is crazy because he was still, kind of being involved with me, and I had no idea that he was engaged at all. So it was just crazy. I don't really care for this concealer anymore. I don't. I really liked it when it first came out, but I don't really care too much for it now. Yeah, it was a point in time where we just hated each other, and I'm glad that that's over. That chapter is over. You know, because I just feel like there's no need. You know, our children are almost grown. Shoot, one of them is. So there's really no need of me, you know, holding hate or animosity, you know, towards this person. I don't have a reason to, you know. So I'm good. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it makes me look so much brighter. Yeah, that was my first heartbreak. First real heartbreak. For real, for real. But I got through it. I was going through a whole lot. With after that situation, like I was at the time I was in school. Well, I was out of high school by then, but I was taking I was in hair school, and I was taking classes to get my cosmetology license during this time. You know, during all of this and all you know the breakup or whatever. So I ended up dropping out because I had a lot going on emotionally, and I wasn't able to focus on my studies. So I just figured that would have been you know, the smartest thing to do. It was just to, you know, if I wasn't gonna focus completely, then it really wasn't any need for me to be there at that time. And I hate that I did that, but I couldn't help but to do that. You know, because I felt like that was the best move for me. Because, like I said, it was a lot on me. I just felt like it was a lot. You know, I couldn't focus. I was still just going through it. I got so many stories about that short time. It seemed like it would be a short time period in my life, but it ended up being, you know, years of drawn out, dragged out situations that didn't have to be, but man, I had to go through it all. Like, I would redo a lot in my life over if I could, but you can't. So it is what it is. But I just know that that was a lot for me. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my face off camera, and I'll be back. Y'all, so I'm back, and this is the final look. Uh, yeah. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys enjoyed that story time. I know it seemed like it was kind of rushed, and there was nothing much to it. But I'm not used to doing story times. I'd have to sit down and just really think about what it is that I want to say. But I don't know. If you guys like it, maybe I'll do some more. I could go on and on about the memories that I have of just that relationship alone. It's been real hectic, but I'm so glad that it's in a better place now. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.